The top 5 tools for every new filmmaker. As filmmakers ourselves, these are the 5 things that never leave our camera bag. We could not be without these. And the best thing about this list is that they all cost under 20 quid. So you cheapskates out there, this is just for you. The first thing that I would recommend is a tabletop tripod, a miniature one at that. We go with the Manfrotto Pixi Mini. It is one of my favorite camera accessories of the past few years. We picked it up for less than £20. In fact, this one was only 12 quid in some kind of mad online sale. It is both a really ergonomic hand grip when it's folded up for your camera to shoot in that selfie style, but also a rock solid tabletop or flat surface tripod. I know you'll probably be thinking, why don't you use a Joby Gorilla Pod? And I hear you, this is less versatile and probably a little less useful than the Gorilla Pod, but as an out and out miniature tripod, this hands down beats it. It is 100 times better and more reliable than the Joby version. I'm happy to put my 1 kilo camera on this and know that it won't fall over, which you can't say about the Gorilla Pod. It also has this really cool little built-in ball head. Again, something that the Gorilla Pods don't have, and that just helps you get either a funky angle or at least a flat image. Now, it is only a 1 kilo maximum load on that, that's probably the drawback, but really we're looking at people that are shooting quickly on the run, so you're going to be using small DSLRs or mirrorless cameras, and for that, the Manfrotto Pixi Mini is perfect. Next up, now this is a bit of a dull one, but it's tape, and not just gaffer tape, but electrical tape. All the tape you could possibly get your hands on. You will definitely need it. It's the kind of tool that we have in our camera bag that you can never have enough of. Now, electrical tape, yes, you can obviously use it for electrical cables, but really we use this mainly for marking sets, such as this table here. Pete will mark out outside of the shot where the limits of the camera are, so I know not to venture off. Also, if we're interviewing people that aren't used to being on camera, we can mark their positions on the floor so they know exactly where to stand and they'll always be in the shot. Gaffer tape is literally a filmmaker's best friend. We use it for fixing pretty much anything to anything. If something breaks and you're in a rush, gaffer tape will probably fix it. Also, if you want to attach something to a prop, maybe a light stand, or you're hoping to attach something else quickly to a tripod or any other surface, gaffer tape will probably help you out. It's so useful that I would say you have to have this in your camera bag. Now next up, it's a monopod. Now it's not essential by any means to have a monopod to be a mobile filmmaker, to be a YouTuber, but it's one of the most handy accessories to have. We use the Manfrotto Compact Advance. It cost us only £17. It's crazy. They do retail at £30, but the price fluctuates quite a lot. It's a really strong and super lightweight aluminium monopod. It has a maximum load of 3 kilos, which is actually quite crazy. So really for any size DSLR and lens, any mirrorless camera, this monopod will work. It's a mere 41 centimeters when collapsed and only 350 grams. So as a monopod, it's the kind of accessory that you're always going to have with you. It's very easy to carry. When extended, it's up to 150 centimeters high. So you'll be able to get steady tripod-like shots really easily with it. And that's exactly what this is for. If you want to move quickly and film fast, the monopod is a really, really handy tool to help you do that. Next up is SD cards, and that sounds like a really obvious and kind of cheap things to say, but good quality SD cards are massively important. They have faster read and write times, which means the decent cameras that you're going to be using will be able to use them properly. It also means they're just a little bit more reliable. Because you're relying on them entirely to save all your footage from your whole day's vlogging, you want them to be rock solid. Now, I put SD cards in here because you will need multiple. Buy as many SD cards as you can reasonably afford. You will definitely need them. I can't stress it enough. Buy multiple good quality SD cards. They will save you day in, day out. And the final accessory, the final tool, cost us only 20p. It's kind of crazy, and it is a tool that we use every single day, probably multiple times a day. In setting up this shot here, we use this tool at least 4 times, and that is a 20p piece. I don't know what the equivalent coin would be if you were in America, but something that is a similar size to a flat-headed screwdriver, because let's be honest, who's always got a screwdriver on them? We use it purely just to take cameras off the mounting plates for their tripods. And because we're always moving quickly, it's not always convenient to find that screwdriver that may be stuck in the bottom of your bag somewhere. So always having a coin to hand just helps you move that little bit faster. And I promise you, if you keep one spare in your bag, you will definitely get use out of it. Like I said, we use this one 4 times just setting up this shot here. It's pretty incredible that 20p is probably the most useful tool in this list. So, that's been my top 5 tools that every new filmmaker needs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.